For a second consecutive Sunday, Hong Kongers filled the streets. A sea of black that stretched for kilometres along the island. This was the third major protest in 8 days against the government's contentious extradition bill. Just 24 hours earlier, Chief Executive Carrie Lam announced a pause in efforts to pass the legislation. But a mere suspension is not enough to appease the bill's opponents. Lam has dismissed demands to abandon the bill. She insists it is necessary for Hong Kong to improve the way it fights cross-boundary crimes. But opposition parties and activists say the proposed law opens the door for suspects to be transferred to mainland China, where they fear fair trials are not guaranteed. Lam says she suspended the bill to try to restore calm after protests on June 12th turned into violent clashes between demonstrators and police. Days later, many remain angry about what they call police brutality because of the use of pepper spray, tear gas and rubber bullets on the tens of thousands who had gathered near government headquarters.
對住一班手無寸鐵嘅學生，呢一個開槍嘅呢個行為係，我覺得無論係大人定係小朋友睇到都覺得佢哋係過火咗嘅咯。
As protesters made their way towards the central business district, many stopped in front of a shopping centre where the first life in this conflict was lost. On Saturday night, a man who had climbed on top of construction scaffolding at the mall to protest against the extradition bill fell to his death. Demonstrators laid flowers in tribute to the deceased, who was dubbed Raincoat Man on social media. The march ended once again in front of the legislature, where ultimately the fate of this contentious proposed law will be decided. Carrie Lam says the government will restart talks and consultations on the extradition bill. She gave no time frame on when the debate on the bill would resume in the Legislative Council. At 8:30 p.m., some 6 hours after this latest protest march began, she issued a statement offering an apology to the Hong Kong people for what she called deficiencies in her government's work that have stirred up substantial controversies and disputes. A dramatic shift from a leader who just 4 days earlier had compared the protesters to spoiled children. Many in this massive crowd seem unwilling to accept anything from the chief executive, short of a total withdrawal of the extradition bill.
97回歸之後咧，就見到一國兩制咧係被削弱咗嘅。中央係會一路咁收緊我哋嗰啲言論自由。佢所謂嘅一國兩制咧，過咗呢10年已經係消失咗嘅。即係出嚟行就盡一啲香港人嘅力嘅啫。